Thank you, Alyssa. There's been a major breakthrough in a 38-year-old case. Investigators say the suspect had lived and worked in the community for decades. As WSAV's Danielle Cobb reports, they believe DNA finally ties him to the killing of Margit Schuller.
For 38 years, investigators say 76-year-old Cortez Sabino Lake walked around the community in plain sight. But on Tuesday, the sheriff's office arrested and charged him for the murder of 34-year-old Margit Schuller.
We were able to obtain DNA, not with his cooperation, but we obtained DNA, submit it to the Forensic Services Laboratory.
Lead investigator on the case, Bob Bromage, says they were able to charge Lake through advanced technology and DNA testing.
DNA analysts called me back a few days later and asked me if I was going out for a lottery ticket, because this guy's in it. He goes, he's it.
A big step since Lake was not one of the 4 original persons of interest in the early investigation. Schuller was killed on November 1st, 1987 in a laundry room at an apartment complex in Burton. Bromage confirmed that Lake lived in that complex at the time and that he sexually assaulted, shot, and killed Schuller.
There was evidence found at the scene, and the victim, of course, her appearance when she was found, that would indicate sexual assault was going to be the motive.
Bromage says Lake lived in the county through the entire investigation. He is a retired Navy veteran and previously served as a respiratory therapist for more than 30 years at Beaufort Memorial. Bromage says Lake has little to no criminal history, and they are not fully convinced that this was his only bad act.
Oftentimes, this is not a one and done, as we know, as we've seen in the past.
Bromage says he broke the news to Schuller's husband, who was deployed at the time of her murder. He says her husband is relieved they finally cracked the case.
He's thankful. This devastated his life. It did, and his daughter. So that it's real victim impact here. He doesn't remember being acquainted with Cortez Lake, but again, he lived in the same neighborhood. So there were other people that lived in Battery Creek Apartments back then in 1987. I'd love to talk to those people.
Bromage says they're looking for more evidence, and they believe someone out there knows more about Lake, possibly even victims of sexual assault. If you have any information, you can call Beaufort County Investigator Bob Bromage or submit a tip to Beaufort County Crime Stoppers. Danielle Cobb, WSAV News 3, on your side.